Hi there, this is Prof. Johan from the Department of Chemical Engineering at the University of Pretoria. Welcome to my series on the Introduction to Chemical Engineering and Chemical Engineering Principles. In this video, I quickly want to recap mole and mass fractions and percentages. The first thing I want to talk about is percentage. And for interest's sake, do you know where this percentage symbol comes from? It means 1 over 100. You can see 1 over 100. So this means that we take a fraction and we express it as a percentage by making the fraction up to 100 parts. We can also get a per thousand, which is typically written in this way. But we don't see that often anymore. Now, when we talk about a fraction, the fraction of something is that component over the sum of all the components. When we refer to a mass fraction, that is the mass of that component over the sum of the mass of all the components, or the total mass. When we would have said that it's a mole fraction, it is the mole of the component over the sum of the moles of all the components. And you can see that these two things are very similar. The only difference is that in the one, it is the mass of something over the mass total, and the other one is the moles of something over the moles total. We denote both of those by a fraction. If we want to convert the fraction into a percentage, we would use the exact same equations, but to make it into a percentage, just multiply these both with 100. And now we've got a mass or mole percentage from the mass or mole fraction. Now, the most important thing to remember about mass fractions and mole fractions, when we look at these, we see that the units of the mass fraction is mass of component I over mass total. And we see that the mole fraction is mole of component I over mole total. Now, look closely at these, and we can see that if we just refer to this as mass over mass, it actually cancels out top and bottom, and we have something without dimensions. And normally, these things would be equal, but they're not, because it is mass something over mass total, or mole something over mole total. If you can say mass multiplied by mole fraction, you are changing science. This does not work. It cannot happen. This is absolutely wrong. I hope you take this video to heart and remember that there's a difference between mass fraction and mole fraction, or mass percentage and mole percentage. Although they look the same, both unitless, it is not the same thing. See you again next time.